All right, let's dive into something I think a lot of us can relate to. We're going to explore a really powerful idea for anyone out there who feels like they're putting in all the work, day in and day out, but the world just isn't noticing. We'll be unpacking some great insights from Eamon Gaji on how to not just survive, but actually thrive during that long, quiet season of being invisible.
So does this question hit home for you? I mean, it's a tough place to be, isn't it? You're pouring your heart and soul into a project, a new skill, maybe your own business, and all you hear back is silence. Crickets. You know you've got the potential, you feel like the hero of your own story, but it just seems like the rest of the world hasn't gotten the memo yet.
And this right here is the absolute core of the issue. It frames the real challenge so perfectly. It's usually not about a lack of talent. It's not because your idea is bad. The biggest hurdle, the real final boss for most people, is just endurance. It's having the mental toughness to keep pushing forward when there's no applause, no likes, no recognition, absolutely no outside validation at all.
Okay, so let's start by reframing this whole period. This isn't a sign that you're failing, and it's definitely not some kind of waiting room where you just sit around hoping for something to happen. This season of invisibility, think of it as the test. It's the critical phase that weeds people out. It separates those who are really going to make it from those who quit, maybe just moments before their big breakthrough.
Now, this requires a huge shift in how you see yourself. You've got to stop thinking of yourself as a before picture, waiting for the after. Your value, your worth, it isn't something that's handed to you when you hit some external goal. You are already that person. The work you're putting in right now isn't to become a hero, it's the period where the hero you already are is being forged in the fire.
To really get this, let's use a metaphor that I think just makes perfect sense. Picture a huge, ancient, unshakable tree. Well, before it could ever grow tall and be seen by the world, it had to do its most important work completely underground, in total privacy. And that's what the invisible season is. It's that long, difficult, and often pretty lonely period of building your foundation. You're growing these deep roots. You're developing your skills, building your character, strengthening your resilience. Nobody sees this work happening. But here's the thing. Without it, that tree could never, ever survive the storms that are definitely coming.
So the crucial point here is that real, lasting success follows this natural order. You can't cheat it. First, you have to grow those deep, unseen roots. This is all the skill stacking, the learning, the failing, the getting back up. Then you build a solid trunk. You become resilient. You can handle the pressure. And only after all of that foundational work is done do you finally get to blossom. That's the part everyone sees and celebrates. Everybody wants to skip to step 3, but it's just impossible.
Now that we get how important all that unseen work is, let's turn the focus inward. Because all the external work in the world is only half the battle. The other half, well, that's one right here, in the mirror. It's all about what you see when you look at yourself. This is the engine. This is what's going to power you through that entire invisible season. You absolutely cannot wait for the world to give you permission to be great. You can't wait for a trophy or an award to finally feel like you've arrived. That self-belief has to come first. It has to be this deep, unwavering conviction you hold no matter what.
This really just lays it all out, doesn't it? It shows the choice you have to make every single day. Your reality, your circumstances, they might make you feel small, unseen, uncertain, like a frightened kitten hiding in a corner. And that's okay. It's normal to feel that way sometimes. But the image you must hold in your mind, the prophecy you tell yourself, has to be that of a lion. You have to see the hero you are becoming, totally certain of the victory to come, even if you have no idea when it'll arrive.
So, okay, how do you actually build that lion mindset? How do you make that prophecy a reality? Well, you do it by stacking up wins. Not the big, public ones that get all the attention. We're talking about the small, private victories that happen every single day when absolutely no one is watching.
The world sees this. They see the one big moment, right? The product launch, the big promotion, the moment you cross the finish line. From the outside, it looks clean, it looks simple, and honestly, a lot of the time, it looks easy.
But behind that one public moment are literally thousands of these. Thousands of tiny, unseen battles that you fought and you won all along the way. This is the truth about success, and it's the part that almost always gets completely ignored. So what exactly are these private victories? Well, it's the hours you put in grinding away at your craft when no one's there to pat you on the back. It's the discipline to just show up, especially on the days you feel totally defeated and have every reason to quit.
It's choosing to do excellent work not for the applause, but because you'll notice if it's not your best. It's about enduring that really tough year, that ass-beating year, knowing it's just part of the process. Every single one of these is another brick in your foundation.
See, when you consistently win those private victories, when you hold that image of the lion in the mirror, and when you patiently, quietly grow your roots, something incredible starts to happen. Eventually, the world has no choice but to see what you've known about yourself all along.
This timeline just sums up the whole journey perfectly. You start out as invisible, doing all the hard work in the dark. Then, through all those private victories, you become invincible. You're forged by the struggle, you're certain of your own strength. And from that place of inner strength, you eventually become undeniable. Your results start to speak so loudly that the world has no choice but to stop and listen.
And hey, here's something you should probably prepare yourself for. When you finally do reach that undeniable stage, a lot of people are going to dismiss your journey. They'll chalk it up to luck, or raw talent, or some unfair advantage. But you'll just smirk, because you'll know the truth. You'll know about the thousands of private victories. You'll know that you didn't just come out of nowhere. You came from the underground, where you were growing your roots this whole time.
So we'll leave you with this final question to think about. This whole journey, it starts inside. The external recognition, the praise, the success, that's all just a lagging indicator of the private belief you've held all along. The world's coronation ceremony might be delayed, it might be running late, but the most important coronation, the only one that truly matters, is the one that happens in the mirror. So, are you ready for it?